Why, hey everybody, this is Steve, and hey, welcome to another show on the Little Wood Shop. Well, today we're shooting this video to go in conjunction with a blog that we've written, as well as another video we had shot up here, engraving, CNC engraved, spalted material, and we had also, we did a blog post over the 4th of July weekend, where I was out hiking, and I combined it around a blog as well as a little foraging. What I was looking for that particular day was more stuff like this. This is stuff that gets washed up along the streams and rivers. The beavers had gnawed on this. The sun bleaches it. I use this in a lot of my log furniture that I build. But for the point of this video, we're talking about going out and foraging spalted hardwood. We've discussed the species that we have up here in upper northern New Hampshire. Maple, beech, birch are my three big primary hardwoods from my location. And we also do a little poplar here and there. All right. Well, what you see before you is all the junk that I throw into my day bag to bring out with me when I go out foraging. This is a day trip. Okay, I don't need a 5,500 or larger cubic inch backpack to go out to forage for material. Okay, a little day bag, a little day pack will do you good. Okay, let me grab my close to 50 glasses here. All right. Okay, the backpack. Keep it small, something that's comfortable for you. That's about it. Something that's got a little storage in it where you can hold all your stuff that I'm going to tell you you're going to need. Okay, to go out and to forage for this wood, you're going to need the ability to cut the ends of some of the logs off, okay? Well, get a small saw. I normally have a little red folding bow saw. I can't find it. Chances are it's wherever I left it last. This is an Irwin. I have used this out before. This is it's a carpenter saw. Irwin makes a nice saw. It's got a nice grip, and it rips through a log pretty quick. Okay. The reason we have the saw is so that after we cut the ends, we can look at the degree of spalting that is set into the material. Okay. The other thing I can't emphasize enough is a pencil and paper. A couple pens, pencils, whatever. You're going to need a book to write information down, and we're going to tell you what kind of information you're going to write down in a minute. The other thing is a tape measure. When you're out in the woods, you're going to measure your material. You can make notes of it, you can make notes of location, okay? But measure the lengths of your material. A 12 to 16 foot tape, you don't need some big honking Stanley Fat Max no. You need something small, lightweight. Keep that in mind. Unless you don't mind carrying 80 pounds, and don't let me tell you what to do. Okay. The other thing, depending on where you live, print a map. Okay? Print out a map, mark it up, whether you do it in software, you even do it with a pen. Make 2 copies of this map, because this is happening not all the time, but enough to where people get lost and can't be found for a day or two, okay? There's no reason to get lost in the state of New Hampshire. We're one of the smallest states in the U.S., okay? Take your map, mark it up with approximate locations of where you're going. Leave a copy with a loved one or a buddy or somebody who knows, in fact, where you're going. It's going to be a lot easier to find you if at the end of the day you're not home, okay? The other thing, and I swear by one of these now, most everybody up here who hunts or whatever has one, and that's a GPS, okay? The point of this device here, and this particular one is a Garmin Rhino. It's a dual function. It's a two-way radio with an emergency channel, plus it's the GPS, okay? The point of the GPS is this. Let's say I go out and I find a nice area of logs. I can log the waypoint or mark a point on my GPS as to the exact location of those logs, and I can move on to the next spot. I can take notes with my pencil and paper as to the length of the logs, the diameters, the species, so on and so forth. I do a lot of stuff by myself, okay? So for me to not have communications in the woods is a fool's errand. Cell phones come in up here sporadically, not most places though. This particular GPS with a two-way radio, with an emergency channel, I'm going to be able to get a hold of somebody in the event I get harmed, I get hurt, I break an ankle, okay? Keep this in mind. If you're in an area where you've got good cell phone reception, well, now you've kind of killed 3 birds with 1 stone. Most phones today have a GPS option on them, okay? You have your communications in your hand. Oh, and here's another device you get. You get a camera, okay? I've got to carry mine separately, and it's nothing fancy. This is an old camera that I used to take eBay pictures with years ago. It still works good, though. And it's one of those, if it gets broken, I'm not going to cry over it as much as somebody, say, dropping a nice SLR and breaking in, okay? UPS. Your foot gear, your shoes. This is another one. Depending on where you're going and what you're doing, have the appropriate footwear. I've dealt with wet feet myself in the cold. It sucks. Okay? Yeah, make sure if you're going to go trudging through a swamp, don't wear tennis shoes, okay? Just saying. Snacks and water. Okay. Obviously, we're doing a day trip. When I go out, I don't bring anything that has to be cooked. Energy bars, Cliff bars, and I don't endorse anything. This is just what I like to eat and stuff my face with. I love a lot of Hostess, and I love a lot of Little Debbie's products, so there we go. The clothing that you're going to wear is going to be depicted by your particular area where you live. I don't go foraging for spalted material in the dead of winter, so this time of year, where I live, you can do shorts. I prefer long pants and a light shirt. In the fall, I'll have layers so I can break my layers down and put them in my backpack, my day pack if I want. Wear what's comfortable for you. I know I do. Okay? And the last thing we'll talk about is different guys call them different things. Some of the military guys I hang out with, they call them bug-out bags. Some guys call them survival kits. To me, it's nothing more than the essential items above and beyond what we talked about and the basics. In this Ziploc bag, I have 2 things. I have a dry pair of boxers and a dry pair of socks. Those are indispensable. In another bag, I think in the backpack, in my day pack, in a Ziploc bag, I have a roll of toilet paper. If you're the only person who has that, you're going to probably be a hero by the end of the day. All right. A whistle. Any whistle can do. You can get something that the dollar store, whatever. Get a whistle. You can hear a whistle, I have read, for longer distances than you can some poor fool screaming his head off, okay? Carry a whistle. A decent one piece, I guess it's called a fixed blade or a single blade knife. This isn't very big, but it will do anything I need it to. It's a tool. I carry it as such. Some twine. If in the event I'm going to be stuck out overnight, well, I'm going to want to be able to tie up. I have a big fold-out tarp in my bag. I could always make a little lean-to for the night if I had to stay out. I'm not out to play Survivor Man. I'm out looking to forage for material. But things can happen. Be prepared. Okay? This is a little thrown together, little first aid kit in a metal Band-Aid can that says 67 cents on the top. So I'm assuming this is probably older than me. Throw yourself a little first aid kit together. Some salves. Raid your medical kit at work if you get the little squeeze tubes of antibiotic ointments. Just grab one of each or something. Okay? The other thing we have is a little mess kit here. Inside of it I've got a wire saw. I have other means to start a fire other than matches. There's a bunch of stuff in here, a little fishing kit, and I've also got a tin to cook in. Although it's not my intention to even open this up on a day trip, I have it if I need it. Oh, what else we got? Yes, and this is indispensable. This fits on your belt. It's a brand called Pockets. It's made in the USA. Go figure. And what it holds my multi-tool, my mag light, okay? And this is another one of these fire starters. You can strike it with your knife blade. It creates sparks. Everything I need to give me light, a tool, and the ability to create a fire is right here. I carry it on my hip. Okay? That's about it. I mean, I don't go out of my way to bring more than I need. I'm going out for the day. Okay? Now, we're probably not going to make the second part of this video for a couple weeks out. We've got some things on the books here coming up this week. But this is the first part. We're going to take everything you see here. We're going to load it up. I got to get permissions from a couple of other pieces of property that I'm looking at. They're privately owned. That is something I cannot emphasize enough. Show the property landowner the due diligence. Go to his house. Call him. Explain your intentions, that you're looking for half-rotted material that's laying on the ground. Chances are this lady or gentleman aren't going to have a problem. But be polite enough to ask. It's not your land, regardless if it's posted or not. Show the property owner some respect, okay? Little goes a long ways. Now, coming up, once we have found said spot, we're going to, like I said, we're going to take all this stuff and put it to use, okay? For right now, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching as always. Our YouTube videos are now starting to climb. We're starting to get up there in total views and minutes and whatnot. I'm pretty pumped about that. We've got subscribers coming in. We've got guys asking questions. Please feel free to do the same. And for now, I guess that's it. But thank you guys again. Appreciate it. And we'll see you later. All right. Bye-bye.